with Marshmallow and Miss Ganskow.
Hi, Johnson Elementary. This is Miss Ganskow here. Today I am going to read to you The Little Mermaid. I like to read to you this story in celebration of my birthday today, with me loving sea life and loving The Little Mermaid as I was growing up. Our story today was written and illustrated by Jan Barrett, and with permission from J.P. Putnam Sons, an imprint of Penguin Random House. For today, our story will sound a little familiar. If you're familiar with Goldilocks and the Three Little Bears, you'll see a connection between this story and the Three Little Bears. I hope you guys enjoy and follow along. Pay very close attention to all the detail in the borders and the pictures that Jan Brett did. She's an amazing artist.
Before we begin, let's go over some different sea animals that we will see in our story. First, we have an octopus. An octopus has 8 tentacles with suction-like cups on the bottoms of them. They can get very large. They do have a beak in between those tentacles that can break into hard-shelled marine life. Also, we have a pufferfish. A pufferfish can inflate into a ball shape to evade predators, also known as blowfish. These clumsy swimmers fill their elastic stomachs, kind of like a balloon, with huge amounts of water and sometimes air, and blow themselves up to several times their normal size. And last, down here on the bottom, we have many different types of crustaceans. Crabs, prawns, shrimps, and lobsters belong to a group of invertebrates called crustaceans. They have hard shells and often walk around on jointed legs.
Under the sea, an octopus family got ready for a swim before breakfast. "Time to put on your new hat, baby," said a conson. Baby did not like the floppy hat. The hat was not happy either. As the octopus family set off behind their house, a little mermaid spotted their front door. Kinero had been drifting in a warm current with her pufferfish friend. "Take care," Puffy warned. "You never know who may live there." "But I'm so curious," she said. Kinero sashayed toward the seashell house. Inside, breakfast had been set out. There was a great big shell, a middle-sized shell, and a little shell. Kinero took a bite from the great big shell. "Too crunchy," she said. The little mermaid tried the tender bites in the middle-sized shell. "Too slimy," she said. Puffy could guess what was coming next. Kinero sidled up the little shell. In a minute, the tempting tidbit had disappeared. "Just right," she said. "All gone?" said Puffy as he wondered whose breakfast it really was. Kinero floated around the seashell house and saw 3 chairs. There was a big chair, a middle-sized chair, and a little chair. She sat down on the large coral chair. "Too many bumps," she said as she smoothed her scales. Kinero wiggled into the middle-sized chair. Down she went. "This chair's too slippery," she gasped. The little chair was the prettiest of all, and Kinero sat on it. "Just right," she said, and she gave her fins a flippery flip. All that wiggling broke the chair to bits. Kinero was sorry about the pretty chair, but not for long, because in the next room she spotted 3 beds. She and Puffy had been swimming for hours and were ready for a nap. She swam over and settled in. "What sweet dreams we'll have," she told her friend. But someone had been eating in that bed, and there were smashed shells and crab crawls all around. "This bed is too messy," she sighed. She flopped down on the middle-sized bed. "This bed is too squishy," she complained. As Kinero patted her tiara, she spied the last small bed. It rocked like a cradle in the tide. She set her head down on a pillow star and fell sound asleep. Soon, the octopus family returned over the sandy shoals. Right away, Otasan saw his breakfast shell overturned. "Someone has been crunching on my crustaceans," he said, turning pink. Okasan huffed. "My breakfast has been splashed." She turned pinkish too. Baby looked around for her breakfast, but all she saw was the upside-down shell. "Someone has been eating my breakfast, and there's nothing left for me," she cried. Otasan saw that his coral chair looked different. "Someone has been sitting on my chair," he announced, now even redder. Okasan went from pink to red when she saw her chair. "Who has been squishing my chair and scattering my teacups?" she asked. Baby saw her beautiful chair all in pieces. The hermit crabs were taking it. "My chair is going, gone," she cried. Sensing something else was amiss, Otasan squeezed into the bedroom. "Someone has been sleeping in my bed." He blasted ocean water and kicked up the star-shaped sand. Puffy felt the ripples as Okasan jetted toward her bed. The soft seaweed she liked to drowse in was tangled and torn. "Someone has been sleeping in my bed," she said. Baby octopus peeked inside her tiny bed. A beautiful mermaid was sleeping there. "Someone has been sleeping in my bed, and here she is." The little mermaid opened her eyes and saw the adorable octopus. The baby's eyes were soft and sweet. Her skin was shell pink. Her graceful arms danced, but she was wearing the oddest hat the little mermaid had ever seen. Kinero, who didn't like to see anyone unhappy, gasped. "That will not do," she thought about her tiara. Just then, all 3 octopuses reached for Kinero with their 24 arms. Puffy was ready. He puffed with all his might. Puffa, puffa, pokety poke, stickety stick. His sharp prickles did not let the octopuses near the little mermaid. Kinero, Puffy, and their new friend Ray floated away in the warm current. They couldn't stop smiling about the baby octopus. She looked radiant in her beautiful new tiara. Now that is the end of our story, Johnson Elementary Thunderbirds. I hope you guys enjoyed and saw the similarity between Goldilocks and the Three Bears and our story, The Mermaid, today. You guys have a terrific Tuesday, and I hope to read to you again. Take care.